Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Susan Reyna Guerrero, and I'm here today with Kathleen Strand. We represent Beacon Therapeutic. I'd like to remind everyone this is Hotline 21 CAN TV. It's a live call-in show, so please feel free to call in if you have any questions or comments. As I mentioned, my name is Susan. I'm here today with Kathleen, and we represent Beacon Therapeutic. A little bit of background about Beacon. We've been in existence since 1968. We started off as a therapeutic day school, and since then have evolved to a multi-service organization that's working with some of Chicago's most challenged families and children. I'd like to put some information on about Beacon, our contact information. Our business office is located in the Beverly area at 103rd, 1912 West 103rd. Our homeless outreach services is located on Western Avenue, 117th 40 South Western Avenue. Our Longwood campus, where we have our elementary school and our outpatient program and our day treatment programs, is on Longwood campus. It's on Longwood. And our Calumet Park location is our high school location, where we work with high school students. Just a little bit about background in terms of Beacon. We do have a therapeutic day school where we work with children ages 3 through 21. It's an elementary school and a high school program. We also have intensive outpatient programs, and I'll list some of those programs here for you to take a look at. Our little and big intensive outpatient program, where we're providing therapeutic milieu-based programs for children. We have a traditional outpatient clinic. We have a FACT program, our Family Assertive Community Treatment Program, that's working with young mothers and children. We also offer Early Head Start, our shelter outreach services that works with homeless women and children throughout the city of Chicago, our CHIPPER program in our day schools, and then we also have an Autism Initiative program. I'm here today with Kathleen Strand, who is on our board of directors, and Kathleen brings a myriad of wonderful experience to Beacon as a board member. I'd like to provide a little bit of background. I am going to read this so I don't get it wrong. Kathleen has been involved in politics for over 10 years, both on the national, local level. She's worked for Hilary Clinton, Dick Gephardt, John Kerry, Alexi Giannoulias, and currently is the Senior Communications Advisor for the Illinois Federation of Teachers. We're very happy to have Kathleen here with us today, and particularly trying to get a sense of how our board membership can give back to the community. So maybe before I go into have Kathleen talk a little bit about her background, just to remind everybody, this is a live call-in show. Please feel free to call in. The number is 312-738-1060. So Kathleen, tell us a little bit about you and what your interest is in your background.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me on the show. It's really an honor to be a part of Beacon Therapeutic and its mission. I have, as Susan mentioned, for a long time worked in political campaigns, just out of college. And the reason I did that inherently was to help people who could help other people. It was about public service and working for people who would fight for working families and people in need. And so I've been honored to work for people like Hilary Clinton and Dick Gephardt and John Kerry, who have spent decades really fighting for people in need. And so it was a no-brainer to join Beacon and help them in any way that I can. You know, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and what I like so much about Beacon's mission is it was just a group of people that came together in a community and said, we've got to do something for these kids and give them a better chance, and to watch a small group of people really be able to impact and change lives of countless kids and their families, and to give them a chance at life that they maybe otherwise wouldn't have had. And I think, you know, during these times with education, I'm going through such serious reforms and challenges. I mean, it really is one of the most critical challenges our nation faces right now. You know, Beacon's doing some amazing things in special education and developing a curriculum that has never really existed before. And to be a part of that and to watch that collaborative process with some really smart people who at the end of the day just want to help kids learn the best that they can every day in school. So it's lucky me to be able to be a part of it.
Well, lucky us, actually. And I think, the secondary benefit for us clearly is that I think board membership is made up of all kinds of individuals who just want to give back, individuals who have lots of time, or individuals who don't have lots of time but have a commitment to making things better. But clearly you're also a board member that's very educated in terms of understanding, some of the impacts of what we're doing. And you're describing this curriculum, and it is something that we are very excited about because, as you mentioned, up until now, we really had found that there's a gap in curriculum for special education kids. And in our day school program, we're working essentially with kids, as you know, who have been, because their learning needs and their behavior needs are so significant, they're tuitioned out of their homeschool. So they're coming to us. So us being able to develop this curriculum is really significant. And it's a great opportunity for us to be able to talk a little bit about it today. And I know in some of the future shows we're going to talk about it some more because that's something we want other people to know about. And, hopefully we can make a system impact on the environment. And clearly your knowledge of education is because of what you're doing as well. So your current position is the communications advisor. I think that really helps with your exposure to education there.
Sure. And I think, it's really great to be part of an organization, to walk into a board meeting and, not only to leave feeling excited about what you're a part of, but it's how can we help so many ideas and people from literally all over the city from different walks of life, whether it's, you've worked with the media, you worked in politics, you worked in education or finance. Everybody goes into these meetings and you leave feeling like, there's this like serious commitment to what your educators are doing every day. And so it's with this curriculum in particular, but all the different programs and some of the different challenges you're taking with early Head Start and other things, it's so important that wherever you come, in terms of your background and whatnot, that the ideas keep flowing, and it's an exciting organization to actually be a part of that process.
What are some of the other connections or the other benefits of being on a board of a not-for-profit? I mean, clearly you're giving back. I hear that, and we have wonderful board members that are doing that. But are there other benefits that kind of would encourage people to want to be part of a board?
Honestly, for me, I can speak personally. The motivation is just about helping these kids. That's all that it is, and it's very worthwhile. And you go through life and you have all these experiences professionally, and it's very rare. And I think humbling to give of your time, and there's no other greater motivation than being able to be a part of something that's going to help kids.
I'd like to put up some pictures of our kids because I think that really does kind of show maybe further supports the value that we're talking about kids here. Can you tell me what some of your more rewarding experiences have been and being part of the board?
Oh, sure. I mean, every year, obviously, a part of what we have to help do is to reach out, communicate the mission, and raise critical funds, especially during these difficult economic times. People are pinching pennies to make their own ends meet. So, charitable contributions are always tough, and they're especially tough now. And, really being a part of this great annual Christmas fundraiser that we do every year. And we got an amazing crowd this past year, and I was honored to
I'm actually going to put up a picture of one of our celebrity guests.
On that note, I was honored to have Alexi Giannoulias, former state treasurer, join us, as well as Charles Thomas, who's the chief political reporter at ABC7, come and just be a part of the evening with us. And as they've learned about Beacon's mission, I mean, I think you guys know so well, they spread the word all over the city, and that just creates more good, positive energy.
Yeah, and I think, clearly, I mean, every year we get over 200 to 300 people that attend. Mm-hmm. And I think clearly this time having some celebrity guests really made a difference. I think people really enjoyed it. And I think this year we were able to do something unique because some of our program funding got cut. Mm-hmm. So we did, tell us a little bit about that, because I thought that was kind of an innovative way of encouraging people to participate.
Oh, you know what? It was, because basically what happened as a result of funding cuts, some things had to go, our music programs and some of our gym classes. And so a unique way we thought to help, motivate folks to give would be, to cover a class, basically. And, we broke down the costs for them, and everybody knows how important music and physical education are to developing so many skills creatively, of course, with music and the arts, but also team building and things like that. I mean, playing basketball and different sports really impacts kids' lives. I think Alexi Giannoulias certainly knows a thing or two about that. So people really got into that. Like, I can get a kid a class, to maybe get them excited about an instrument, or, picking up a sport where they make lifelong friends, or, learn some of those important, I think, relationship skills that they'll need to
I think it was helpful because, I think it was a nice plug because I think Alexi mentioned that he played basketball with the president and how that's important, Yeah. Apparently we have a caller. Caller?
Hi. I was wondering how a corporation could embrace Beacon.
Oh, good question. Do you want to answer that? Or
Sure.
Okay. Well, in terms of corporation, I think we're always looking for corporate sponsors for events. We receive, of course, monetary sponsorships are wonderful, but also we receive in-kind support from corporations. So we've gotten donations of, toothbrushes from, some of the pharmaceutical companies or those types of companies. So it's donations from all kinds of things. We were just fortunate not too long ago to have gotten a shipload of comforters from the company store, which was wonderful for our homeless families to be able to get their comforters, and they were lovely comforters. So I think corporate citizenship is really important in terms of volunteering at our events, volunteering on our board, and then of course corporate sponsorships in terms of money, underwriting expenses from the fundraiser, those kinds of things, and then also in-kind material things. So that's a good question.
And I think too for corporations, it's such a win-win. It's if they're invested in the city that they're incorporated in and the community around it, being involved in organizations like Beacon really helps their social profile. And I think that examples could be endless, but we have a lot of field representatives out there working and doing home visits and things like that, and a computer company like Apple or Dell donating laptops or iPads and like giving them those kind of tools so that they're out there in the field doing their job more effectively is just an example of great ways that different corporations could help.
Actually, that's a good point. And I think that technology is something that not-for-profits have the least amount of resources many times.
Right.
So it's those types of companies that would be ideal to support our work. What are some of the other activities that, as a board member, that are expected of you? So you participate in fundraisers, meetings. I'm going to put some more pictures of our kids up as we're talking.
Okay. I've been a member of the board since 2009, and a little bit of effort goes so far, and just coming to these meetings about once a month, contributing new ideas, bringing your network. You'd be surprised how many people in your life, your family, your friends, your business, that as soon as they know about an organization like Beacon and the kids and families that we're helping, they're like, oh, how can we help? And every little bit does sort of add up. So it's all about thinking about new ways, bringing your network, talking about it, and that's the biggest thing we can do is talk as much as we can to the people we know about what we're doing.
Yeah, I think what's so wonderful is that how our development director always talks about expanding the circle. And it starts off with our board members and them embracing our mission and understanding what we're trying to do and us working together. And then at the same time bringing others in. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. I it's like all you have to do sometimes is ask individuals to help, and they'll step up in some way, big or small. And I think all these different connections that we've had through our board members and through other people that have gotten involved, whether it's making cookies for soldiers or packaging mm-hmm. cookies for soldiers, that was through one of the other connections that we're able to do, or through some of the linkages at Comcast. That came through one of the board members.
Right.
And I think it's the ideas, and I think that's the invaluable support that, us as we're in the agency trying to run the agency mm-hmm. is really looking for the support and the ideas that we get from the board. So you mentioned earlier this, fundraising effort to underwrite some of the classes for music. That's great.
Right.
And it was an easy help, and I know Charles Thomas was really supportive of that as well. So I think that was a really, really good thought. We've been around for over 43 years. Mm-hmm. Where do you see Beacon going? How do you see us growing in the future?
I'm so excited about the future ahead for Beacon, and there are so many things that lie ahead, and it all depends on if we have good, strong commitment from the people in the community and throughout the city and the state of Illinois. We, like we were mentioning, we keep going back to it, but this curriculum that the team has developed, and the high school principal for one, it's groundbreaking. It's innovative, and literally, I'm not exaggerating when I know some board members were thinking we could take this across the country. We could help kids across the country if, we're smart about it and we think about the future and we find the way to market that. Just think about we could really revolutionize special education in states across the country, which, I'm still learning more and more every day. It blew my mind that there isn't a standard curriculum before this point that people are really using, and so that was, why not shoot for the moon? But that's that's something that I know board members are really excited about. And then I think it's just expanding and helping more and more kids right here in the city. And hopefully we can continue to find new sources of revenue and funding to keep doing that.
Yeah, I think that, the whole funding discussion is one that's so challenging right now, between the cuts in the state level and the city level, all the changes that are coming along. I think one thing that at the board's encouragement, really making sure that Beacon continues to position itself strategically and these different things that are going on and these different new systems that are being set up. So I think as much as we're making an impact with our children and our families, there's really some careful thought in trying to make some systems impact and making sure that we're sitting at the table when people are looking at these things and decisions are being made about our families that we're working with, making sure that we're kind of situated so that when funding opportunities come along, because I do feel very strongly that what we're doing is invaluable and we can't go away. And it's a question of how do we keep on responding to the opportunities that make sense for our families and our kids. What would you say are some of the, I'm going to put some more pictures of the kids. What are some of the other media opportunities that are available for Beacon to get its name out?
Well, so many people today communicate, get their news, spread the word about their lives on Facebook and on Twitter. And we have a great website. We're really, we have an active Facebook page where, we always put new content up and different story ideas and things like that. And then, truthfully, it's up to some folks on the board, like myself and others, who have friends in the media, to keep making them aware of the different programs we're doing, the stories that we're hearing, so that the human face of what Beacon does can get out there through, mainstream media, sometimes Tribune, all those other things, and that's just, some of the ideas off the top of my head, which we keep trying to do, and Beacon has been lucky to get some pretty good attention, I think, and has been finding new ways to communicate its mission, and that's just got to continue.
Well, and I know you developed our Facebook page, so we're grateful for that. And I think that's an opportunity. I think we're really using. I love this picture. That's the way we've tried to really connect with some of our youth. And I think particularly trying to understand, how do we engage some of the youth. And one of our programs, our CHIP program, where we're trying to enroll children in health care, because everybody in Illinois is eligible for health care. And so how to reach out with them. So I think getting communications via Facebook and that kind of thing. And we're not at Twitter, but at this point it's something, who knows, maybe we'll consider. In the future, there you go, it's in the future thing. What would you, if someone wants to get involved with Beacon and become a board member, how do they go about doing something like that?
Call you.
That's right, then call me.
Definitely go to our website, beacontherapeutic.org. Go to our Facebook page, send a message. We have folks that are monitoring that. We'll get back to you right away. It really is a unique and dynamic group of people, and it's a really fun thing to be a part of. And, you're helping kids who, maybe on the streets, maybe homeless, maybe in shelters, in and out, and giving them a chance to succeed and go on and do great things, graduate from high school and college. And I really do encourage, even if you're even the least bit curious, to find out some more information and join us.
And, some of the backgrounds of the folks on the board. We have finance people, legal people, communications people, it really is kind of a split. Early education folks, community, or community, not community, but, prominent individuals from the community. So I think clearly is a broad spectrum of folks that are on the board. So I think any skill set really adds to the mix. And I think one of the benefits of a board, to be quite honest, is that we are, we value all the contributions. So everybody really does have an opportunity to contribute, which I think makes a significant difference.
Sure. Yeah, it definitely is an open door to all different backgrounds. Nobody's excluded from being a part of this. And
I know you're from the South Side. Beacon is from the South Side, and I know I think it's a wonderful opportunity that you were able to come back. And I know you've been all over. You've had some amazing experiences. I think I'm really grateful that you've been able to come back and support Beacon in this way. Because I think many times people move away, and and it's kind of hard to reconnect. So I think that's meant a lot for us. So thank you. I'm very appreciative.
No, it's been one of the greatest things about being back home is to be a part of this.
Well, thank you. I'm going to put some additional contact information about Beacon, and actually our motto and our website information. And then again, here's our contact information. please feel free to call. We will be on again. And thank you very much, Kathleen, for joining us today. And thank you.
Thank you.